Hello YouTube, Hiker Daniel here. And don't you just love Nintendo? Now I love Nintendo. I am one of those people that just keeps checking the latest Nintendo news at least 3 times every day to see if there are any new announcements that are even remotely Nintendo related. I've been a fan of theirs ever since I was a little kid playing on my Game Boy Color, so I thought, why not make a YouTube channel talking about them? Today for my first video I want to talk about a little obscure piece of Nintendo history, the Nintendo 3DS Ambassador Program. But first, let's talk a little bit of 3DS history, and my history with the system. Now, as a kid I squirmed when the first 3DS was unveiled. I didn't care about the specs or the games that were on it at the time. I just saw a new Nintendo console in the most gorgeous color of blue that I could ever imagine, and I just kept begging my parents to buy one for me. Now, unfortunately, they told me to save up for it myself. And so I did. I saved it up and I bought the system that June of 2011 for a full 260 euros. And my parents, feeling sympathy for me, bought a copy of Ocarina of Time 3D and Pilot Wings Resort for me. So that way I could actually do things on my 3DS other than make Miis. And then it happened. Less than 2 months later, Nintendo looked at their sales figures for the system and seemed to realize that the 3DS were selling about as well as the Virtual Boy. So they decided to cut the price of the 3DS in hopes to save the sales. Here in Europe the price went from 260 euros to only 170 euros. That was a huge smack in the face to me and many other people. In preparation of this video I've been scrolling through some old forums of 2011 and oh boy, people were not happy. I've read through countless people complaining on retailer forums asking for their money back because they just bought the system and then just Nintendo announced a price cut. People weren't happy and Nintendo had seen this coming. Nintendo tried to ease the pain of early adopters by, instead of giving them their money back, inviting them to a classy little club, the Nintendo Ambassadors Program. This was Nintendo's attempt at saving face. The Ambassadors Program offered early adopters the opportunity to play 10 select NES classics for free on the 3DS, and they would later expand this with 10 Game Boy Advanced games. And it came with a separate application for the Ambassadors Program as well, the Ambassador Certificate Program, which would serve as a golden proof that you were an early adapter on your 3DS. Now, many people did not like this one bit. They found the extra 90 euros they had to pay a bit of a steep price for 20 older games and a flimsy application with a fancy looking digital certificate. And looking back on it, I fully agree with those people back in the day. However, at the time I was overjoyed with this program. Nintendo gave me 20 free games and some pretty neat ones at that. The first wave of games came in August, the NES games, and oh boy, these were some great classic titles. The original Super Mario Bros., the original Legend of Zelda, the original Metroid, the insanely hard sequel to The Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2 The Adventure of Link, the original Yoshi, the original Donkey Kong Jr., and great NES staples like Ice Climber, Wrecking Crew, and Balloon Fight, and Open Tournament Golf. Little me was happy, very happy with this package of games. At the time I never had money for Wii points, so playing them on the Wii wasn't an option for me, and the NES was way before my day. So I truly had an amazing time with all these games back in the day. Now, later in that December, just when I had completely finished Super Mario 3D Land, the wave of GBA games was released upon my account. I was overjoyed again to see more games to play when I got that notification by Nintendo. I mean, they were all free, and the majority of them I hadn't played on my GBA. And I dare say, I had even more fun with these games than with the NES games back in the day. Wario Land 4, F-Zero Maximum Velocity, WarioWare Mega Micro Games, Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones. All quality titles that I've enjoyed my playtime with a lot. And I still do, as I've recently started a new playthrough of Sacred Stones on my 3DS. But the games I easily sunk the most time in back in the day were the other games included in the package. Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, Mario vs Donkey Kong, Yoshi's Island Super Mario Advance 3, and who could forget Metroid Fusion, one of my favorite Metroid games. But the games I played by most by far were The Legend of Zelda The Minish Cap and Mario Kart Super Circuit. 2 games I adore, and as a kid too poor for games, it was great to have Mario Kart Super Circuit, as I basically just jealously looked at the people playing Mario Kart 7. I still feel the pain from back in the day. All in all, I have great memories of the Ambassador Program. The games they delivered were truly quality. And over the years, they have actually increased in value, as to this day there is no way to legitimately get those Game Boy Advance games on the 3DS without the Ambassadors Program. We did not realize it back in the day, but Nintendo truly gave us something special. Now, does this warrant the loss of 90 euros at the time? To most people, probably not. But to me, I only have good memories of this program, as it provided me with some quality titles that I never got to play back in the day, and I was too poor for new games back in the day. So, I was happy. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. I just felt like talking about Nintendo, about my nostalgia with Nintendo. If I will upload more videos on this channel, they will probably be in a similar format where I just reminisce about my memories of all things Nintendo. Something I really enjoy doing most in life. I hope to see you in the next video, and if not, it's been a good couple of minutes. I need to go and play some more Nintendo games. See ya!